Hello, welcome back to Sapling Tarot. My name is Imogen. Today we're going to have another peruse of my wish list. This time we're going to have a look at the weird and wonderful world of Etsy. So I have like a little collection of tarot and oracle decks, and I'm going to probably not talk through all of them because if you can see past these things, there are in fact 67 things on here, and that would take us a million years going by how much I tend to waffle. So I'm just gonna chat through them, share my thoughts. I was gonna say I haven't looked at these like in preparation. I have actually already filmed this video, but the file decided they didn't want to play ball, so we're re-recording it. So that kind of counts as looking at it before. But I can't actually remember what is on this list. So let's get started. I'm also going to have some feelings because there will definitely be things that have sold and I'm going to be like, oh no. Okay, so number one, we have the Tide Tarot, or the Mori Tarot, which is by, the creator is Tarot Contempora on Instagram, I think. So I love when someone does a new take on the Thoth. I think these are so beautiful. I really like the layout with the skinny borders. The art is just exquisite. I love Lady Frida Harris's artwork. I really love this interpretation of it. It is very similar, which I suppose is kind of necessary, but there's just something so like intensely powerful about these images. I just think they're stunning. Every time it pops up on my Instagram, I'm just like, oh, I want it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a Tree of Life Kabbalah kind of person particularly, but I do like working with the Thoth. You know, something I didn't necessarily think would be part of my practice, but I do like working with the colours and all of that kind of stuff, and I think this is beautiful and a really, really gorgeous thing. I really like seeing people stepping away from always doing versions of Smithwaite, and I love seeing weird and wonderful kind of pip decks and core things that I would have thought I would say 5 years ago. And like Thoth versions. Anyway, I am simply a Clergo Child fan person. I want all of this, and this is something that some things do on my wish list do kind of come a cropper to, is things that are part of a collection where I don't know where to start because I want all of the things. And so I just don't buy any of them. Let me know if you can relate to that, of just kind of, I suppose it's almost like a version of overwhelm. But I really like Lenormand. I've been getting really into it. I think that this kind of like minimalist art style lends itself really well to that kind of thing, in a way where I would struggle with this in a tarot deck, I guess. I think I'm not big on really minimalist tarot decks, but I just think this is so fun. I love that you can like customise your deck. I know there's like folklore expansion packs, and let's just have a look at the whole thing. Black and the... Oh god, okay. Canada Postal Strike mailing list. Only 40 days until Yule. Okay. So that's the Memento Mori General Expansion Pack, Ancestors and Advisors Pack, Timing, Folk Magic. I just think she's really clever. I think they're really beautiful. These things aren't like readily available in the UK, I don't think. Ooh, Oracle of Oddities coming soon. Oh, I like that. I like the snacks. That's hilarious. I love that. Oh, this makes me feel good feelings. Wow. Okay, that is too accurate. I really need to get over my thing with moths. don't I? Like, because in order that someone's going to revoke my witch card if I continue to not be really fucking with moths and butterflies. I need to get over myself. I think they're pretty. I struggle with things like flattery around my face. I'm like more okay with spiders, I know. But yeah, so £40 plus £16 delivery. That's actually like a very fair price, but it's not in my budget at the moment. Okay, so if things are sold, are they going to give me any pictures to work with? Okay, this one is. I think this is beautiful. This is very much, so this is the Solar Kingdom. This is just like a pretty Smithwaite one, but they have bonus cards for things that I really like the moon and the sun. And the Solar Kingdom Tarot is back in stock. No, it fucking isn't. But yeah, I just think that's really beautiful. I like the kind of, there's a sort of, I don't know, continental European folk art thing to it that just makes me really happy. Some of them are very Smithwaitey, some of them are like a little bit different. I just think it's gorgeous. I don't need it. But I just think it's very pretty. The Moon Baby, beautiful, second edition sold out, but I think there's a third edition coming. I hope it still has the obnoxious green edges. One day I will have a moon baby. Out of context, that is an interesting sentence. So this is Felix Dion's tarot deck, which has really, really crunchy photographs. And also I've seen that his work is being like ripped off left, right and centre, which is a real shame. But I think his artwork is incredible. He's one of my favourite artists, like, of all time. I would need to do some like serious learning about, I don't know, Mexican folklore and things, I think. But I mean, it is also kind of a Smithwaite inspired thing. But I just think it's gorgeous. A lot of his artwork is like very kind of sexy erotic. I don't think this is so much that. But I think his art is beautiful. But yeah, wowie. £92 plus £21 postage. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be the beginning of a theme, which is going to be Imogen's a Slut for a collage deck. I just love them. I like all the different sorts of them, like the really artistic ones and the ones that are like really surreal. There are definitely going to be some of those. I really like these backs. I remember doing this as a child in primary school, where you like weave magazine strips together. I just think it's really pretty. I think they've used some really, really gorgeous images and it's just really fun. Do I have anything else to say? I just think, yeah, it's stunning. There's a lot of photography, like proper like people in it, which is not so much my thing. I recently opened up the Mayaland tarot and I think that's my first. I suppose the Ritual tarot has a few. I'm thinking of like the Hermit card. Yeah, it's like less my thing, having a real person. Like, this is fine, just covering her face. But like, these are very like real people. I don't know, less my thing, but I think it's beautiful. And I simply love seeing people do collage. So here we've got the Jupiter Power Tarot, which is something that I always really struggle to say. This is by Six Sad Girls. This is like the one of their decks that... Okay, this is just pictures of how the box is dinged. But yeah, this is the one of their decks that I gravitate towards the most. I really like all of that artwork, but in terms of were I to own one, the minty fresh colours and the kind of dark and twisty witchy herbal thing just really speaks to me. I think it's so lovely. Did any of you ever have those Skittles that were like all different mint flavours? They were like one of the best things. I mean, I'm a very minty person. I know that some people don't like it, but I like all of the mints, and these colours really remind me of those Skittles, and I loved them. and they were very, very short-lived in the UK. I mean, if they were ever even in the UK, were they something that someone like brought me back from holiday? I don't know, but it's what they remind me of. And I'm always very grateful for people who sell like damaged B-grade second sale type, those sorts of things, because that is how I get most of my decks. But that would still be like 85 quid. The Abyssal Tarot, I saw this in a Tarot Bartender response, I think, by Owl Moon number, I can't remember, here on YouTube. I've not seen this before. Wow, what a deck. What a deck. I feel like the name Shelley Corbett really rings a bell. I really, really love the way they've done the borders on them. This kind of like slightly, so they're sort of off-centre thing. Really like that. Like I've just said about the collage thing, I'm not huge on photography decks, but this just feels really special. I like that there's kind of an erotic thing to it. That will probably come up later. I'm on a little bit of a quest. We'll discuss it if it becomes relevant. But I also know that this is, it's more of an art deck, I suppose, than a tarot deck. I know that there were some reviews that had like issues with the cardstock and stuff, but stunning imagery. Okay, so on the thing about the quest for the perfect erotic tarot deck, this is one that I found in like a Reddit post, and it's really fun. It's really beautiful. I love all the red, and it's like, I couldn't even tell you like what kind of era artwork it is, but it's just really fun. I think it's great. Where's the, oh yeah, the red edges. Delicious. I think the backs are really lovely. I mean, if you look closely, they're like, you know, let's not get into that, we're on YouTube. So yeah, there are some images where they've like censored the more sensitive parts with these like funny little crystals and stuff. But yeah, it feels quite kind of Georgian. I don't love the font on it, but I think the imagery is really fun. I don't know really how tarot-y it is like my main issue. It's like just kind of, is it a bit kind of sexy images for sexy's sake? Is there like a proper kind of tarot influence to it? Like, okay, so what was can we see the Fool? I don't really get the Fool here. I mean, I can't even tell how many people there are involved there, which, you know, good for them. But I'm not getting, are they in a swing? I don't know. But like, I'm not getting tarot from it, and that's my thing. I want to find something that is as good artwork as this, but I want it to be like properly tarot-y. Tarot-y, whatever. Okay, so Mildred's Secret Pocket Oracle. I don't have any Patrick Valenza decks. His artwork is like, I appreciate it. It's not 100% my thing. I think it's really fun. I really love seeing other people work with the decks. It's just like not my thing. And, you know, if you are in that kind of like tarot collector-y sort of space, I'm sure you know what it's like to be effectively trying to find reasons to talk yourself out of things rather than trying to talk yourself into things. Kelly Bear and Anna Astral Lady Tarot are like my main two people who I see working with Patrick Valenza decks, and this is the one that really speaks to me. And so like talking about minimalist decks, I quite like it for an oracle, like just a single motif. I think it's really fun. I know that Kelly has made like a whole guidebook. It's very cool. I just think it's really interesting, and I can see it being like a really valuable addition to a reading, just having these like random little but very well thought out little motifs. Speaking of Kelly Bear, I cannot believe that this pouch is still available. I want it so badly, but I don't have any decks that would really be the right size for it. I would be so tempted to just buy it anyway. I can't believe it's still there. That feels like a sign from the universe. I just love those colours, the red and the pink. that's going to be a theme. That's something that's probably going to come up again. And then the velvet ribbons that she uses are just, I have one on my Gay Marseille pouch, and I will just like sit and fiddle with it because it's so soft and delicious and lovely. I need to ask her where she buys her ribbons from because they are delightful. Zeke's Arcana looks perfect in there. Obviously it's not the right size specifically for Zeke's Arcana, which is actually a really good indicator of how roomy it is. I don't know, I need something to keep my Enchanted Tarot in, but I think that's going to be too big. Damn. Anyway, gorgeous Kelly Bear. I think she's got another drop coming maybe at the end of this week as I record this. What a babe, making such incredible things. Can you believe this stitching? Anyway, this isn't particularly why we're here to talk about Kelly Bear's incredible stitching, but yes, love it. This navy and gold, one of my favourite colour combinations of all time. Beautiful. Okay, Plant Magic Botanical Indie Oracle deck on my wish list spreadsheet. Because yes, I am that person. I do try to categorise things as best I can, and I have a million kind of botanical herbal decks on my wish list. I think this one grabbed me in particular because I grow a lot of the plants in this. There's a fair few house plants as well, which is kind of nice to have them thrown in. So I have many money plants, as I'm sure if you have one, you know that they throw out little babies like nobody's business. And so I thought it was kind of cute to have houseplants mixed in with other plants. I suppose it's less relevant because they're not all kind of plants that you'd use in or kind of work with in a more kind of herbalist sort of way, which is usually my approach to them. I love borage. Some people call them starflowers, and I love that. I just love edible flowers. I think that they are fab. But yeah, I just think that it's a really cute deck. I mean, all of these things are on my wish list, so generally it's just going to be I think they're really pretty. This one has been on my wish list for a really long time, and I think it is simply that I just really like the colour palette. This particular colour palette of kind of a buttery yellow, this sort of shellish, pale peachy pink, and then this kind of dirty duck egg type thing. Oh, love it. It's quite a simple deck. I don't think it really has a particular point of view other than it's an artist doing their kind of interpretations of it. It's very Smith-Waitey, but I think it's gorgeous, and they're from the UK. And so that always is just a bit of an extra winner, because it means that you don't need to spend £20 on postage at least. I really like the backs. I know that people don't like it when you can't do the reversals, but I don't read reversals in the sense of seeing any significance of the card coming upside down. I read the reversal if the reversed meaning is more relevant. And I like the moon. So yeah, I think this is cute. I don't really have any sort of, what does Sylvie call them, portrait decks, where you're more zoomed in like this. So the Morgan Greer, and I always think of the Sasarai Bito as being quite like that. I have neither of those decks, but I think this is very, very pretty. I like it. What a pointless, sorry, not a pointless guidebook. That's rude. I'm sure it would be useful for some people. And maybe there are some interesting words in there, but what was it, 4 keywords per thing? And anyway, I just think it's pretty. So speaking of the really surreal collage, this is very much in that category of we've moved away from just being arty and kind of beautiful and more into the realms of what weird shit can we do by cutting things up. Are you not going to show me any pictures? Okay, so we'll just watch the little video together. Yeah, just some of it's a bit more weird, I guess. What am I thinking of particularly? There's ones where they've swapped out their heads. And that is, yeah, like that. Pretty fashion lady with a, I don't know, gargoyle head. Pink poodle. I think there's some quite fun keywords. Yeah, I just thought it was a lot of fun, and I like the box, quite frankly. I think the name Runners of the Sun is quite clever. I think it's really interesting. The Bestiary of Women. Oh, I love this. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's very like Lillifer. God, it's gorgeous. Back's really pretty. The choices of the beasts and the goddesses and the archetypes are just amazing. Okay, so 21. So Artio, is that we're choosing Artio for the world? I don't know. Ace of something. I suppose you'd probably think swords for it being kind of a harpy woman. I don't know. I just think it's beautiful. I love that artwork. The kind of watercolory gouache type thing. I love the stories. It's very much my kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really happy for anyone that has this deck, like genuinely. But it's just outside the realms of possibility for me, unfortunately. But I would love to. I remember seeing it. Was it on Kickstarter or something? Or like seeing it go to pre-order. I just love the little blob people. The bear is so cute. Oh, love it. Okay. Sappho's Fragmented Oracle. I mean, I am a sucker for anything that references Sappho. Ever. I feel like this is one that I saw on Chanel Days' channel, but I could be wrong. You've got little bits of Sappho's poetry thrown in with some like lovely collage. Truly, what is there not to love? But then it would also probably just make me cry. Speaking of Sappho and whatnot, I got the Sapphic Enchantress Mages Only tarot deck from this creator, and it's really cute. I'm well into it. They come with like little spell bags and stuff, and they've all got gorgeously hairy legs, and yeah, it's fab. Really enjoy this art style. I mean, it's absolutely chaotic when you get into like a full tarot deck, but that's interesting. Sorceress, Activist, Drag King and Drag Queen. Cute. Oh, look at the stretch marks. Love that. But yeah, I think if it's like the Sapphic Enchantress deck, then they're all like handmade, hand cut. So it's like, it's more like art paper than like actual like playing card stock, which I have slightly mixed feelings about because I'm just always worried I'm going to trash them. But beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And does like handmade notebooks and stuff. It's incredible. Oh, I'm seeing the word Starseed and really wondering how this ended up on my wish list. Oh, it's just like the mini. I just think the art is cool. But I will admit, I see Starseed and I tend to run a mile. I just think it's fun. Kind of beautiful, dreamy, swishy. So it's just the mini of the Dream Vision tarot. But he's got like shiny titles, which is very nice. I think it's lovely. Every time I see someone work with this deck, I'm just like, oh, it's so different from anything else that I have or that I really see. But yeah, there's just something about this art style that I find really kind of expansive and spacious. And it's like a kind of softer, fuzzier version of the Spacious Tarot. I like the colour palette. I get the dreamy thing. I get the slightly kind of alien vibes. I'd need to like double check about the whole like Starseed thing. But I just think it's really cool. Ugh, these colours in particular. Also, this feels very Steven Universe. And I'm very into that. I always wanted the Steven Universe tarot. Because I'm a child. Okay, so that is the end of the first page. I could speak at length about many more of these. So I'll just like scroll through and give you a little bit of a view of these. Oh yeah, this is another one of these things where it's like there's expansion packs to it, and so I will just probably never buy any of them because I wouldn't know where to start. There's so much collage, a bunch of like little paraphernalia things. It's so much collage. You can't even buy like most of these at this point. But yeah, so that's my Etsy wish list as it currently stands. I'm always finding weird stuff and like taking things off the list and putting stuff on and all of that kind of stuff. So, check back in a couple of months' time and maybe I'll do another video like this. I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, you could give the video a like. You could even consider subscribing if that feels good to you. I hope you're taking really good care of yourself, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!